So I am back from my week-long trip to the German countryside, and I wanted to show you a couple of things that I got from the trip. So obviously every time I travel I have to bring like a designated pouch, and this was the one that I brought. This is a collaboration I did with 𝚘𝚘𝚐𝚘𝚘 in 2021, which was last year. It's really roomy and I have so much stuff to unpack and show you today. First up, this is actually the 1/2 trip traveler's notebook refill for the regular size, and I dubbed it as Germany 2022, so I'm gonna journal more about that later. All of my non-Berlin trips will exist in this refill, and if it's not enough, of course, I'm still going to get another one. And I actually didn't bring the full cover because I also brought my travel journal, like my watercolor travel journal. So let's take a look at all the things I got. Obviously, I went in for a little shopping spree, and also Ellen gave me so much goodies. So thank you so much to Ellen for all of these new stationery. I'm always so giddy when I get new stationery from dear friends. Also, here in the pocket, I have some more stuff, so let's get those out. So first things first is you'll see these are actually watercolor paints. They are made from these particular herbs and plants. They are from 𝚘𝚘𝚘𝚘𝚘𝚘, which is a store in Kremerbruck. Of course, I am also butchering the German pronunciation, but it's basically in Erfurt, and these are made by hand. So this is like a reddish pigment, and then this one is like a yellowish one. So they're really great for watercolor painting, and I'm definitely looking forward to use these. These were given to me by Ellen, and she said it's like Abbey colors, which made sense. So there's that. And then she also let me adopt her Diamine Pumpkin. It's a nice orangey shade, which is in good timing because I don't have any orange colored ink that I brought with me. Major regret. So I'm looking forward to use this for my fountain pen inks. And then she also gave me a set of this peon masking tape. I of course have not opened this, but it has a lot of different prompts and strips and different stickers. So it's really nice, and I'm really looking forward to use this. We went to a fountain pen shop in Erfurt as well, and they had these paper blank washi tapes, which I really like. They have some gold foiling situation, and they're really nice in terms of pattern, so I also got them for that purpose. But the main purpose of going to that store was actually this pen. This is the Lamy Safari Cream Limited Edition 2022, Strawberries and Cream, but this is the cream color. I got it in EF, and I also got it with a converter. It's a really nice cream color, and it's currently loaded with 𝚘𝚘𝚘𝚘𝚘𝚘, so I'm gonna use this for some of the journaling for later. I also went to ED, which is a chain of crafts and stationery and art supply stores in Germany, and I got 2 Tombow dual brush tip pens because I saw the new Madliners and I was like, I don't think I'm gonna get those, but I really like Tombows, so these are going to be going straight into my pen collection. And of course, we have more goodies here. So I segregated them according to type. So these are stationery, obviously. So these are stickers that Ellen gave me, and then extra stamps. I think there are some more stickers in the envelope. I have to sort these out at some point. My collection is slowly growing and growing. So here are some stickers. And then these are transfer stickers from La Dolce Vita, which Ellen got from Kiroku. I really love them. I actually have the washi tape version of this, but having it as a transfer sticker is also really great. And I also have this one, which is like the thing that you use to rub it off. This is also a similar one with really inspiring quotes and like weather loving life. It says traveling on paper, so I guess that is the name of the brand. I also have these ones from ED. These were given to me by Ellen, and then I also got 2 sets of the spring stickers that they have. So these are really great for just decorating or just journaling, and I really like the colorways, as well as this one. This was an impulse buy, but it was just so convenient. These are dot stickers, and they're very functional, and you can use it for journaling and planning as well. And I was like, okay, shades of yellow, instant yes. So I also have new 𝚘𝚘𝚘𝚘𝚘 tapes thanks to Ellen. These are more like on the folk art side. This one is like woodcut. I really like these like folk art design. They remind me of very European vintage design, and I really am looking forward to use these on my journals. And actually you can fold this 𝚘𝚘𝚘𝚘 tape thing and then put it in the pockets of your journal covers. So I really find that very useful for this case. These are just pictures that I haven't managed to paste in or journal about, or maybe I will just put it on my wall. But in Thuringen, we were also able to go to a lot of places. So of course, I have a designated paper bag for paper trail. I call it paper trail anything that I collect. So these are the Bauhaus, these are the Bauhaus postcards that I got. Some I'm going to give to friends, and they're really pretty. I love the color scheme of them. It's like orange and like beige, and the layering is really great. I also got some cards from 𝚘𝚘𝚏𝚘𝚘𝚘, which is a really nice chocolate store in Erfurt. I really love their hot chocolate. This Erfurt map is really pretty. So Erfurt is the capital of Thuringia, and this free map we got during our the day that I arrived. It's just really gorgeous, and it's free. I don't even want to cut this. It's a nice collector's item, and there are like some info about the history of Erfurt and places to go within the vicinity. This is the 𝚓𝚘𝚘𝚘𝚘 pigment that I was talking about earlier. So this is like more information about it. This is a flyer from Edie. And then during the time that we were in the Bauhaus Museum, I also got like floor plans and stuff. I feel like I could use these for cutting or for just, you know, design inspiration. But there were a lot of like different exhibitions inside, so this is like a little guide in case you're kind of lost when you're seeing all the photographs and artworks all together there. And then these ones we got from Weimar as well. So Weimar is where the Bauhaus Museum was. We went there for a day trip. Honestly, the rest of the days were just spent at home because it was just nicer to have like a cozy day in. So these ones are super informative and not so heavy with in terms of information. So here is like a little peek at some of the key places in Weimar, as well as, I think this is more of like for the Bauhaus one, and then this one is for Weimar in general. We went to this tourist center, so if you travel, always look for like a tourist center because that's where you'll find most of the maps and possible like ephemera that you can collect. This one was actually like a printing press. I really like this cover. I feel like I'm gonna use it for collaging, so I got it, and hopefully I could visit the actual press. I think it was closed when we went. And this one is a huge map that already cut out that I got from the Weimar Tourist Center. Tourist Information Center, basically. So yeah, hot tip, make sure to go to these tourist centers so that you can get all of these different amazing paper trails, and always be on the lookout for that. So here is a little peek at my post-trip setup. Actually, I just brought the refill while I was on the trip because I also had brought my watercolor journal. So usually when this happens, actually the refill that I'm using is the 1/2 refill, so it's not a lot of pages, and I labeled it like Germany 2022. So after this first half, maybe the rest will also be in another German city, so that's TBD. But generally, I like to set up everything. If I have time, I will finish a page. This one was a finished spread, but everything else I still have to work around and like write stuff. I do initial setup while I am traveling, so I know like okay, this one will be like a blue colored situation. And then I think, yeah, this one I still have to add some stuff in. Also, I printed out photos in this really small size. I was actually inspired by Job because he did a similar spread on his journal, and I wanted to try it out for myself because they all had similar color schemes. Like, these are all like architecture and like nature inspired elements. So at some point I'm planning to organize it like in a layout that works well with this slim size. So let's get started with the update. Some of the pages, as I told you, it's kind of my way of putting everything together and just writing the words and the captions in the spaces. I also have this habit of like gradually just filling up a page depending on the color scheme. So as you can see, for the Bauhaus one, I did like a pinkish reddish color scheme, which I've been enjoying, and I taped this coffee roastery card. The next one, I went for like a blue brown colorway. I've been really enjoying the ink that's loaded on this fountain pen. It's a Kaweco student EF. The ink is Sailor Shikiori Chushu. It's like a nice grayish purple color, and it's very neutral, so it really works with this spread with the nice combination of colors. And then this one is like more of a special Thuringia specific spread. I wanted to have that. Usually in every travel journal page or spread, I will do something like that. So I drew even like the map trails, and I stuck in like the Bauhaus sticker that Ellen gave me, as well as, you know, traditional German food. I super love schnitzel. I'm one of those people who love schnitzel, so I had to have it. And I really liked some of the key highlights in these photos, which were printed with a Canon selfie, was that? Yeah, it's pretty good quality. I really like how the colors turned out, and it just summarizes my entire week in the countryside. And the ink I'm using is Inaho for that. And then lastly, I wanted to go for a greenish color scheme for Eisenach. So the ink that I'm using here is the Rohrer and Klingner Alt Gold Grün. I've been really enjoying the MD paper insert, which is what you see here on this journal, because this journal is actually an MD paper insert in the traveler's notebook, because I can use all my fountain pen inks and it won't bleed. I do have a selection of gel pens, but I just prefer using fountain pens now. I think I have become one of those people. Like, ever since getting into fountain pens, I've shifted a lot into using it, and obviously it's been such a fun way to get creative with writing. So on the right hand side, I also saved the ticket. So that's the ticket that I got for my train back to Berlin. I mean, back to where I live in Berlin. So you had to take a one trip ticket. So this is like a little summary of the last few days, or last day rather. So yeah, generally that's what the pages look like. And last, I wanted to, of course, play around with these. As I mentioned earlier, this was so fun to do because I have always been an InDesign geek. Like, I love InDesign, Adobe InDesign. It's where I do my book layouts, and putting photos like these remind me of digital layouts, but in analog form. I know it's kind of like meta, or it's kind of cliche, or like, Abby, why didn't you just do this on InDesign? But I think there is this novelty of actually doing it by hand. Also, you get to touch things, and it's 3D. So I also wanted to play around with the different print-on stickers that I have, as well as other ways that I could enhance the spread but not make it too overpowering, because the main subject here would be the complementary elements, which are the photos and the text. As you notice, also the photos that I used here are mostly like blue tint because of the sky, and I wanted to preserve that, so I didn't really go overboard with other stickers that would be too bright. So as you can see, I like layered it with neutral stickers and elements, and it just has a really nice touch, like not so out there, you know. I try to keep my pages that way. The ink that I'm using here is just a regular black from the Pilot Iroshizuku line, which is called Takesumi. It's loaded on my Pilot Custom 823. So far, I've been enjoying this black. It's not black, it's not deep black, unlike Sailor's black, but I like it. It's like blackish gray, or maybe I just didn't wash my pens properly. But anyway, it sort of works in this context, and I really like how it turned out. So I just wrote the captions based on the photos that were there. So it's some way, it's also an easier way for me to understand how the entire trip went through these photos. It's like a show and tell kind of spread. Like if I had to choose, this would be the main spread for this trip, you know, because the title is obviously trip highlights, and that's really what I wanted to emphasize here. So I share more about this actually in my upcoming book, so if you want to check that out, link is in the description. So I want to quickly show you the finished spreads. This was so fun to finally sit down and update. So I actually did, I think maybe 5. So this is the first one in 𝚑𝚑, and then I tried pasting this in because it was just too precious to just cut out this part, and I really like this embossing foiling situation. But this one was a play with pink and red color scheme. And then these are some of the popular places that we ate in. This is a little like summary or like fun facts about 𝚜𝚑𝚢𝚘 in general. And actually Ellen bought this Bauhaus sticker at the Bauhaus Museum, so I felt like it was just apt to match the colors here and to have this like a hodgepodge of fun facts. And also I cut out some parts of the Weimar map and I placed it there as well. Also, these pictures we printed using a Canon selfie printer. The quality is just superb. It's just not stickers, so I had to use a glue tape to put it in, but it's actually not so bulky, so I really like the quality. And then this is probably my favorite because of the green tone. So this was from Eisenach, and these ones are using my Xiaomi printer. And then for some reason, I think if you buy tickets from the Berlin main station, the ticket is different than the usual one, so I had to keep that in. And then I also use a variety of different inks for each page depending on what I wanted to match them with. But this has to be my favorite spread. I was super inspired by Job's layout, and I wanted to play around. Like, I've always been like an InDesign layout nerd, so I really like this play on the small photos. And actually I want to try more of doing this format than just having like one big photo, because it was so nice to like write in these little bits and pieces of information about each photo. So that is it for this little journal peek, and hopefully I get to fill up the rest in a future travel and journal with me video. Thank you so much for watching, and this 𝚬𝚑𝚑 is getting chunkier by the day. So thank you so much for watching, and I'll see you on the next video. Bye!